Hi everyone, I'm Walnut, and today we're going to be taking on the 7-star Rillaboom Tera raids, and today's solo guide is going to be with Iron Hands. I know it's a valid exclusive, but I do have some to give away if you need one, and don't worry, no Nintendo Switch Online is required. All you need is the Pokemon Home mobile app, and you do not need to pay for that either. All you need to do is request an Iron Hands in the GTS, you can offer any Pokemon you want, and then just comment down below your username and the Pokemon you offered and its level so I can find you and trade one over. Soloing Rillaboom is pretty difficult if you don't have an NPC support that drops attack, so I would only attempt this if you have an NPC support like Arcanine, Sylveon, Toxapex, Staraptor, and Tauros, and I would avoid the NPC Arboliva, as the grassy terrain getting set up repeatedly makes this pretty difficult as well. This Iron Hands is trained in HP and attack and has an Adamant Nature for more damage. The moves I'll be using are Electric Terrain, Drain Punch, and Close Combat. Make sure you PP up the Drain Punch because we're going to be needing all 16 of them. The item is a Metronome which boosts the damage of moves when used consecutively, and we're going to be spamming Drain Punch. And since Drain Punch already heals us plenty, we don't need to run something like a Shell Bell, and our Tera type is fighting, which will help us break through the Rillaboom's shield once it goes up. Turn 1, I like to click Electric Terrain to overwrite the grassy terrain. This is just to reduce their damage a little and also boost our own, and then after that you can just spam Drain Punch and use a Fighting Tera when it's available. If you do run out of Drain Punches near the end, you're just going to click Close Combat instead. You can go for attack cheers in between the Drain Punches if you feel comfortable, because they don't reset your Metronome, but just make sure you don't press a different attack in between or you're going to reset your Metronome boost. But now let's demonstrate the strategy. So in this first one I actually didn't get an NPC that I was looking for, so I'm just going to leave this one. You just press run on first turn and it doesn't really penalize you as long as you're playing solo. But in the second one we do get a Staraptor this time, and Staraptor is probably one of the better NPC supports that you can have because not only does it have Intimidate, which will activate every single time it gets revived, but it also has Feather Dance, which can be used before the shield and will drop Rillaboom's attack by 2 stages, which is really good. So yeah, first turn we're just going to go for this Electric Terrain to get rid of the grassy terrain, and also activate our Quark Drive. We don't really care about this drum beating dropping our speed, but if we do get rid of the grassy terrain, Rillaboom should start going for Body Slams as their best damaging move, which can't even paralyze us because we're still an electric type. And then after that, it is time to Drain Punch. I like to keep Drain Punch on the first slot since that's the move I'm going to be clicking the most. And as you can see, we're healing plenty of health back. And our Drain Punches are only going to get stronger after each one. It gets a 20% boost for each Drain Punch that you use, so this one's going to do 120% damage, and look at how little that they're doing right now. Like, with these attack drops from the Staraptor, we're going to be taking the hits super well. Like at this stage, Rillaboom cannot KO us even if it got 2 crits in a row. Yeah, now Rillaboom gets its shield up. We're going to want a Tera to break through the shield, but we have to use another Drain Punch first. And yeah, look at how little damage that Body Slam does. The thing is, Rillaboom will be using Boom Burst soon, and Iron Hands doesn't have the best special defense, so this is actually going to do quite a bit of damage. Especially since it gets a growth boost right before it, so it's a +2 Boom Burst with normal Tera. Yeah, if that move crits, you might be in a little bit of trouble, but this turn we're just going to go for a Tera and then a Drain Punch, and that's basically going to heal us all the way back up anyways. And Rillaboom's not going to click an Acrobatics on us this turn, since it doesn't know that we Tera'd yet. And yeah, look at that Drain Punch healing. We're going to go all the way back up to full. And even if they get some acrobatic crits, because of the healing that we're getting in between with these Drain Punches, we're not going to ever die to 2 acrobatic crits in a row. Like, it just doesn't do enough, especially since they need the crit to do any damage. And we're not doing a ton of damage back, but you know, slow and steady wins the race. We're not going to lose this Tera raid either. I could opt to go for the attack tier here, but I am a little bit afraid of the acrobatics getting the 2 crits in a row on us, because if you do go for the attack tier, we're not getting the healing in between, so that could potentially knock us out, but it is very unlikely. And as you can see, after all these intimidates and feather dances, the Rillaboom's at -2 attack, so we're able to tank it very well, even though the acrobatics is super effective. Now the shield is gone too, and it's going to be pretty smooth sailing from here. We also have that defense boost now from the bulk up, so we're not going to be doing as much into the Rillaboom. If you have an NPC support like a Weavile, that could be pretty helpful, as Weavile does no Leer, which can drop their defense, allowing you to do more damage with your Drain Punches. We do get a pretty lucky synchronized paralysis on the Rillaboom here, thanks to Gardevoir. I don't think it matters too much since the damage from Rillaboom isn't really putting us in danger of a KO. And the speed tiers don't really matter either. So the Rillaboom's getting pretty low on health now, though we are running low on the Drain Punches, so we'll probably have to use a close combat or two to finish off the Rillaboom in this raid. The problem is the close combat does drop our defenses, so maybe if the Rillaboom gets a crit after we drop our defenses, maybe they can get the KO. But if you're worried about that, you could just change close combat into a different fighting move, like Brick Break or something. If we didn't want to close combat, we could also just go for the attack tier as well. But we are out of the Drain Punches now, so we're just going to switch over to the close combat. But the Rillaboom actually survives here. I couldn't see its HP, so I thought it was over, but yeah, we're going to have to use one more close combat after this, so if they did get a fast acrobatics off into us, or another attack here like an acrobatics crit maybe, that could hurt, and probably KO us potentially after the defense drop, but we're just going to go for another close combat and finish off the Rillaboom. And that's going to be all for this Tera raid guide. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this guide has helped you out so you can go get your own Rillaboom. And until next time, bye bye.